For years, the US government has been urging people to consider moving to the deserted town of Garnett, Montana. But so far, no one has taken the plunge. Maybe there's a reason for that. As you uncover more about Garnett, you'll be able to make up your own mind. Who knows, you might even find it to be a quaint, rustic retreat. Just keep in mind, you've been cautioned. How would you feel about relocating to an old, abandoned town surrounded by nature? There could be some real benefits. Imagine the breathtaking views and the crisp, clean air. Picture yourself far from the noise and chaos of the city, living a quiet, contemplative life among the wildlife. Tempting, isn't it? But there might be some downsides too. The first things that come to mind are a slowed internet connection, limited entertainment options, and most importantly, a less vibrant economy. How would you even make a living in an abandoned town? Well, the US government has a solution. For those willing to relocate to Garnett, they offer free room and board, along with a meal stipend. So, if you decide to start a new life there, you won't lack the basics. That's right, Uncle Sam is actually paying people to live in this deserted town. But there's a catch. Anyone who moves to Garnett and receives these benefits must occasionally work at the local souvenir shop or give guided tours to visitors. Sounds simple, right? It seems like a pretty good deal. However, there's more to Garnett than meets the eye. There's a reason why no one seems keen on moving there. The town's name comes from the ruby-colored stones found in the area. While not precious, these stones were still valuable. The mountainous outskirts of Garnett were even more appealing, rich with gold-bearing quartz deposits. In the 1800s, people from across the country flocked there for their share of the wealth. A century ago, Garnett had a population of over 1,000 people. So what happened to them all? Despite Garnett's mineral wealth, it was once a bustling town. However, its residents were more focused on extracting resources than building sustainable structures. Consequently, many original buildings were not very sturdy. Just 20 years after its peak, with its mining areas nearly depleted, residents began leaving as quickly as they had arrived. Around 1934, the price of gold briefly doubled, leading to a short-lived resurgence of families moving back. This period was quickly followed by one of the most tumultuous times in world history. As Second World War unfolded, people began leaving again. Interestingly, one resident remained, Marion, the widowed owner of the former saloon. She had witnessed the town's prosperity, its lush countryside, and its decline. Marion was like a living relic, sharing countless stories with every passerby or visitor. When she passed away, Garnett was left completely deserted. The restrictions on dynamite mining during Second World War severely impacted the town's economy, turning it into a true ghost town. However, the government has been trying to repopulate Garnett. Its proximity to beautiful natural sites and its remarkably well-preserved antique houses make it a town worth keeping on the map. Yet, no one seems eager to move there, and there's a reason for this. Numerous legends from the gold mining era circulate in the surrounding towns. Some are considered mere fabrications, but others are told with an uneasy, somber tone, as if they shouldn't be taken lightly. One legend, in particular, keeps people from moving to Garnett. Many believe that Garnett is a ghost town in the most literal sense. Garnett, a desolate relic of Montana's mining boom, is shrouded in a chilling mystique. Locals and visitors alike whisper of an ethereal presence that lingers within its decaying structures. The town's history is inextricably linked to tragedy, particularly the loss of lives in its mines, and many believe these souls have refused to depart. Accounts of unexplained phenomena are commonplace. Ethereal voices echo through the night, carrying the echoes of long-forgotten revelry from the once bustling saloon. Spectral figures clad in the fashion of a bygone era are said to wander the deserted streets. These occurrences, while dismissed by some as mere folklore, have unsettled even the most hardened skeptics. Alan Matthews, a historian with the Bureau of Land Management, arrived in Garnett with a purely academic interest. His objective was to document the town's history, free from the influence of local legends. However, his encounter with the inexplicable shattered his rational worldview. The experience, deeply unsettling, left an indelible mark on him, transforming his perspective on the intangible realms that may coexist with our own. Garnett, once a chapter in a history book, became a haunting enigma in his mind. As twilight descended, Alan was confronted by a chilling apparition peering through a window of the dilapidated hotel. He locked eyes with the spectral image of an elderly woman. The longer he gazed, the more solidified the figure became, as if defying the laws of reality. Driven by an inexplicable compulsion, he entered the building, only to find it eerily empty. The encounter left an icy dread in the pit of his stomach. Ellen Bauer, a local historian and writer, has compiled a chilling anthology of Garnet's spectral encounters. The recurrence of these tales, shared by countless individuals, has transformed the town's reputation from mere folklore to a haunting reality. Even the most skeptical minds are forced to question the boundaries between the living and the dead. Among the most pervasive accounts is the haunting melody of a piano, its mournful notes echoing through the abandoned structures. The phantom musician, an unseen virtuoso, fills the empty rooms with a melancholic serenade that sends shivers down the spines of those fortunate or unfortunate enough to hear it. The eerie piano melodies are just the beginning of Garnet's spectral repertoire. A chilling detail emerges. These disturbances are almost exclusively nocturnal. While the town remains a desolate husk during daylight hours, the veil between worlds seems to thin as darkness encroaches. The phantom pianist, in particular, is a creature of the night, with most accounts placing the haunting music around midnight. Despite the wealth of testimonies, concrete proof of these paranormal occurrences remains elusive. Yet, their persistence and the chilling atmosphere they evoke cast a long shadow over the town. As if the night's chill wasn't enough, the seasons also appear to influence the intensity of Garnet's spectral activity. While summer tends to be a quieter period, winter brings a marked escalation in paranormal reports. The solitary piano melody often gives way to a more sinister symphony of unexplained events as the temperature drops. Winter transforms Garnet into a realm of terror. The haunting piano melodies are joined by a cacophony of unearthly sounds and ghastly apparitions. The old saloon, in particular, becomes a focal point of spectral activity. Eyewitness accounts from these frigid months are almost too horrifying to comprehend. Ghostly dancers glide across the saloon floor, their ethereal footprints etched into the snow outside, eerie gouges marring the pristine white expanse as if claws have raked at the ground. Human-shaped shadows flicker and dance in the twilight, accompanied by unsettling, echoing laughter that carries on the wind. While these horrors would deter most, a peculiar fascination draws some individuals back to Garnet year after year. A dedicated group of enthusiasts returns annually, drawn to the town's enigmatic allure. Despite the overwhelming evidence of paranormal activity, Garnet's grip on the imagination remains unbroken. Garnet's reputation as a haunted town is as enduring as it is unsettling. The infamous saloon is just one part of this ghostly enigma. Alan Matthews learned firsthand that the old hotel is also said to be haunted, with sightings of a ghostly woman often gazing out from its windows. Stories of spectral residents and haunted houses are as old as history itself, yet the eerie allure of Garnet remains strong. Though official records and government websites remain conspicuously silent on the subject, the town's ghostly legends continue to thrive, both captivating and chilling those who hear them.